What's up, guys? It's Coach Cam, and today I want to go over the best approach that you should take to lose body fat. So first off, you're going to want to lift weights. You're going to want to lift weights and challenge your muscles function directly. This is how you train muscles. This is how you stimulate them for increases in muscle size, strength, and you can increase your cardiovascular fitness, your bone, and your tendon strength as well, right? And that will make you a better all around functional person in all areas of your life. So I highly recommend that you begin by starting a weight training routine. This is also the safest thing that you can do, provided you perform the exercises safely. If you are overweight and you begin running, guess what? You're putting extra stress on the tissues of your lower body, of your knees, hips, calves, ankles. All of these areas are going to be stressed more because you're overweight than if you were a lighter weight person. So every activity that you might begin with has pros and cons, but the one with the most pros and the least cons is proper weight training. Next, you're going to want to reduce your calories. So look at the food that you're eating right now. And to start this nutrition plan, if you will, start by eating close to your goal body weight in protein grams per day. Now, if you're already at a leaner body weight, then you can just eat your body weight in grams per day. If you weigh 200 plus pounds and you're trying to cut down under 200, likely you should just eat 180 to 200 grams per day. Very rarely does somebody need more than 200, 220 maybe grams per day, unless you're an elite bodybuilder, right? So somewhere between 120 and 180 grams per day for most people of protein is going to be great. And once you can sustain that amount of protein, whether you are eating meats or beans and nuts and protein powder, right, to hit that goal, once you've tried that for about a week and you're able to sustain that, you need to start dropping your calories. Now, what I've done when I have cut calories in the past is I kept the same breakfast and the same lunch that I would normally have eaten, and I reduced my calories from my dinner. My dinner meal, I severely reduced the calories. That's what worked best for me. You might be different. Maybe you should keep breakfast and dinner the same and lower your calories for lunch, or keep lunch and dinner the same and lower your breakfast calories. So this is the best way to do it if you're not going to track calories. If you're going to track calories and add them up on an app or with a calculator, then you can kind of just end up reducing calories from everything. But for me, I found to have stable energy during the day, I like to have the same breakfast, just about the same breakfast, or a few options, variations there, just about the same lunch with a little bit of variation there. And dinner is always variable for me because my wife's making dinner, so I just tell her, hey, I'm on a cut, I'm going to be eating less dinner. And she's like, okay. So that's what I did, and from there, the third thing I recommend you do is weigh yourself on a scale. How often should you weigh yourself? Well, I don't have any psychological reasons or anxiety about weighing myself. I'm totally fine with weighing myself, and I have weighed myself not in the last few months, but before that, for like 2 years straight. I weighed myself every morning and just wrote it down in a notebook. Took 5 seconds, right? So if that's you, that's what I would recommend the most, is weighing yourself every single day in the morning before you've eaten or drinking anything, and write it down. And then every week you want to take averages. So add up all 7 days, divide by 7, or if you missed a day and you only got 6 days, add up all 6, divide by 6. Get weekly averages for every week that you're on your cut. And you want those averages to be dropping. Of course, there's daily fluctuations in your weight, right? If you ate a lot of carbs at dinner and drank a lot of water, you might wake up more bloated and your scale weight might be higher. But we have to know that there's daily fluctuations with your weight, and that's to be expected. So it's nothing to freak out about. It's just something to be expected, and you want your weekly averages to slowly be dropping. Now, how much weight should you be dropping each week? Depends how overweight you are, but really anywhere between 1 to 2 pounds is good. Nothing to complain about. Really, even 1 to 3 pounds for some people. So as long as your average is between, around 1 to 2 up to 3 pounds at the most, then you're good. You might lose 3 pounds or 5 pounds the first week, but after that it'll slow back down. That's a lot of that extra glycogen and water weight that you were carrying before. It's not that you lost 5 pounds of fat. Okay, so the scale tells you numbers, but it doesn't tell you if it's water, glycogen, fat, muscle loss. Like, you don't know. So you just want it to be trending in the right direction, and then you can visually look in the mirror and see your body as this is going. Make sure you have decent energy levels, especially early on. As you get further into the cut, it might have lower energy levels. And obviously this depends on how far you're going to take the cut. Are you trying to step on stage, or are you just trying to look good at your house for your family and, cut extra weight, right? This is going to be something that you can do for the summer, you can do for just your health in general, you can do it any time of year. I went on a cut last summer and I lost 30 pounds in 15 weeks. And I found out just how fat I was, right? I didn't think I was fat. I weighed 190 and I thought, oh, I'm bulking, I'm a big boy. Well, a lot of it was fat because I was able to cut down to 158, which was the weight I weighed before I even bulked. And then I was like, yeah, I'm done cutting. So now I've slowly increased my weight now up to 168. And just the last week and a half or so, I've been cutting myself. So I'm down, today was 165.5. Also, what I find helpful, and this might be something that might help you, is on the weekends, don't overthink the weekends, right? You could say I take a diet break on the weekends. I don't overeat, but I don't try to undereat. I kind of just hit maintenance for the 2 days on the weekend, and then come Monday, I'm right back in my groove, right? So that's what works for me. If for you the weekends are going to throw you off and you're going to binge eat and it's just going to be a disaster, then you might have to be more restrictive and try to avoid situations and scenarios that would cause you to do that. But for me, I was able to just kind of recover the diet phase and just maintain for a weekend and then go right back in it, and saw the same progress on the scale. So there's studies to back up diet breaks and that you're still going to get the same fat loss at the end of it, really. So notice that I did not bring up doing a ton of extra cardio, what people call cardio, just mindless movement during the day. If you are extremely sedentary, then you could go for walks or something to get out of the house, but overall that's not going to play a large role in your fat loss because you're only going to burn a couple hundred calories at most. So people that try to burn their calories end up really tired because it takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to actually burn calories enough to accumulate to fat, because we know that 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. So that would take you like a week of half-hour sessions that were pretty hard to burn that many calories. So I wouldn't trust a calorie tracker. Those things can be way inaccurate. They can estimate close to double the amount that you actually burned. It's extremely hard to burn 1,000 calories in an hour. So just keep that in mind. If you have a tracker telling you did that, odds are no, you probably did not. But I would avoid that completely. Save your energy for your daily life, for your family, your job, and for your training sessions. That should be with weights, with high intensity. That way, at the end of this cut, you can have more muscle. You will see your muscle and be more defined while having much less body fat. If you just cut calories significantly and you don't lift weights, your scale weight will be going down. But it's probably more to a 50-50 ratio of muscle and fat, which you don't want. You want to keep your muscle or build muscle, which it is possible to build muscle in a deficit, provided you're a beginner, provided you're training harder than ever before, something like that. You can build muscle in a deficit for sure. And you will look like you built muscle by cutting weight if you do this properly. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Leave any comments, questions down below, anything you think I missed and should have brought up in this video, and comment anything you want me to cover, and I'd be happy to make a video on it. So once again, thanks guys, Coach Cam, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.